The colossal fall of the Cuomo brothers. In this video, we're going to take a look at the latest surrounding Governor Andrew Cuomo's scandal involving his cover-up of the actual amount of nursing home COVID deaths, how more and more pundits are piling on his CNN anchor brother for his own cover-up of the scandal, and why both Cuomos appear to be taking each other down right before our very eyes. You are not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. Wonderful to be with you. As always, we're here to give you each and every single day conservative hope in the midst of these turbulent and trying times, helping you to think better so you can feel better. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. We'd love to have you as a regular part of this channel. And great news, as of today, Parler is back. And so are 60,000 subscribers there. It's wonderful to be back with everyone over there. And so for you Parler fans, make sure to click on the link below and subscribe to my Parler channel. And let's together support the return of this wonderful alt-tech site. Now, before we dive in here, let's give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video. And that's our good friends over at Noble Gold, right? Silver and gold. I'm not going to sing it. I'm going to refrain this time. Silver and gold. When times are tumultuous and turbulent, you simply can't beat them. There's frankly never been a better time to start a gold or silver IRA in your portfolio. And the amazing staff over at Noble Gold, they are ready to help you in any way that they can. If that's not incentive enough, Noble Gold's giving away the U.S. Mint's own solid silver 5-ounce $1 Apollo 11 moon landing coin with each qualifying gold or silver IRA. It's absolutely beautiful. So do not wait. Click on that link below or visit their website at noblegoldinvestments.com or give them a call at 877-646-5347. Make sure to mention my name, Dr. Steve Turley, and let's ride that gold wave together. All right, let's dive right in here. Okay, let's go down memory lane, shall we? Let's go back to the spring of 2020 when the executives over at CNN, the most trusted name in news, thought it would be a good idea to have one of their lead anchors, Chris Cuomo, engage in some lighthearted, sometimes tender, but mostly fun interviews with his brother, the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo. So who could forget the time Chrissy Cuomo was talking about his brother's initiative to get New Yorkers tested for COVID, but they thought the swab getting shoved up their noses might hurt. So to put them at ease, Chris pulled out a gigantic swab and asked, "Is it true that this was the swab that the nurse used to stick up your nose?" Of course, this being a swipe at Governor Cuomo's rather prominent nose, and the governor's just laughing it up as his little brother's making fun of him. What a dear, lighthearted little moment, wasn't it? Well, that's certainly the way CNN was pushing it. And we should note that even while they were doing this, the way those two yucked it up on Fredo's show, it was widely criticized. They ended up having to pull the segment because, well, the Cuomo Bros were the only two actually enjoying it. Well, as it turns out, now it seems that the whole of the media, we're talking the mainstream media here, are dumping on that embarrassing series of segments. More and more pundits are coming out and excoriating little brother Chris for failing to hold his big brother, the governor of New York, accountable for the thousands upon thousands of deaths as a result of Cuomo ordering COVID-positive patients into nursing homes. As I'm sure you all know by now, more and more New York lawmakers are calling for Governor Cuomo's removal from office after the latest bombshell, ironically broken by the New York Times, believe it or not, that Cuomo's State Department of Health deliberately underreported COVID-19 deaths in nursing homes by as much as 50%. In a newly leaked conversation, Cuomo's top aide admitted that data was withheld on nursing homes where more than 10,000 New Yorkers died during the pandemic. And so even the New York Times is reporting that this indeed appears to be a very significant cover-up on the scope of the death toll in New York nursing homes. And so Cuomo's been doing everything he possibly could to quell the political fallout from this. But as we've argued on other videos over the last couple of weeks, when this story first broke, we argued here that Cuomo was politically dead as a result of this. There's no way he's going to be able to squirm his way out of this one. And that's being confirmed by calls for his removal from office that are beginning to well up as we speak. New York legislators are starting to line up calling for Cuomo's removal as well as Rand Paul, the senator from Kentucky. He too is calling for Cuomo's ouster as a result of these revelations. And as of today, even CNN, who was leading the pro-Andrew Cuomo fawning last year during the initial COVID lockdowns, even CNN is having to report that there are growing calls for Cuomo's impeachment. So it looks like Andrew Cuomo, the darling of the political left, is now officially politically dead. The editors over at the New York Post are openly calling on Cuomo to come out and take responsibility, publicly apologize once and for all for the COVID deaths and cover-up. Enough with the lies, enough with the blame Trump nonsense. The thousands of New Yorkers who lost loved ones because of his March 25th order are not going away. They're not going to comply into silence. It is time to take responsibility for this once and for all. But if you're like me, you're obviously not going to be holding your breath on that. But the political fallout from the New York governor is also tarnishing his brother over at CNN big time. Now, before we do get into that, make sure to click on the link below and download your own alt-tech directory guide, which we call the New Conservative Survival Guide to Big Tech Censorship. It's absolutely free for you as an ebook download, our gift to you. It's a guide that's going to give you all the alternative social media sites that you can go to that'll have all your favorite independent content creators, but of course, without any of the censorship that we've been exposed to by big tech. It's also going to give you insights in what scholars are calling an emerging post-Google age. It's absolutely free as an ebook download, and it's yours by simply clicking on the link below. So do not let big tech censors get in the way of your favorite content creators. Click on that link below and enjoy your survival guide to big tech censorship today. All right, so more and more articles are being written of late, again, from mainstream media of all places, that are absolutely denouncing the blatantly biased reporting coming from one of cable network's main primetime anchors. The Washington Post noted that just this week, Cuomo provided an update on the latest news surrounding COVID. Good news, he said. When it comes to coronavirus, we've had the best week we've seen so far in terms of getting people vaccinated. And every week since New Year's, the rate has only improved. Yay! Yay! Isn't this great? We got rid of Orange Man Bad in the Oval Office, and now we have a leadership that's making everything better. Yay! Isn't this great? See, I told you. But as the Washington Post rather solemnly reminded us, there was an update that Cuomo skipped. It was actually the hottest news at the time. This was just a couple of days back on Monday night. Just hours before Cuomo primetime aired, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo held a news conference, a disastrous one, to address the state's nursing home scandal. And under his leadership, the Post stated that New York has shown what they call a staggering lack of transparency regarding the extent of coronavirus-related deaths in New York nursing homes. In other words, it looks like the governor of New York was engaged in a major cover-up in the actual amount of deaths that occurred under his leadership and as a direct result of his policies signed on March 25th of last year. Now, isn't that strange? Isn't it odd that CNN, the most trusted name in news, would omit what was admittedly the hottest story on Monday night? Well, it certainly is strange, and more pundits are noticing that. As it turns out, both Cuomo brothers are beginning to fall as a result of all this. The conflict of interest here at CNN with Chris Cuomo at the helm is absolutely beyond the pale. And of course, I would argue that this is frankly no different than what's true of the mainstream media as a whole. The mainstream Marxist media has become nothing less than a Democrat super PAC. So all Cuomo is doing here, Chris Cuomo, is actually making explicit what the media does implicitly all the time, and that's giving their ideological kin a pass with glowing, soft, and supportive coverage. And again, more and more people are taking notice. And he and CNN are clearly paying for it in terms of their plunging viewership. It's being widely reported that CNN primetime ratings have utterly crashed, dropping by 44%, nearly 50%, just in the first week of Sleepy Joe's administration. The hardest hit among CNN's primetime shows was, of course, you guessed it, Chris Cuomo's primetime. Fredo saw half his audience disappear. So it does appear that we are seeing nothing less than the colossal fall of the Cuomo Bros. But hey, whatever comes of it, we know one thing. At least they'll have themselves to entertain. Now, before you go, make sure to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And you definitely want to check out my latest video. I just uploaded it. It's on how the far-left environmental activist Greta, how dare you, Thunberg, has sparked outrage in both India and the UK. You are not going to want to miss it. She's blowing up the world. So make sure to click on the link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.